One tonight, football, Manchester United versus Burton Albion. After that, Desperate Housewives.
Oh, you are back in the room. You've got my attention.
You do look nice
You
in a
love your
jacket,
sport.
I'd have to say.
Do my best to cut a dash. Well, I'm a traditional morning garb, with the exception of the floral flourish. But of course, Rex is dead on Desperate Housewives.
So
Don't expect any breadth of emotion on Bree's face, of course, because it looks like it's frozen aspic every episode. 28 million tuned into Wisteria Lane when it returned for its second season. It waned slightly, but then
In
it
the
bounced
States,
back.
you mean? Yeah.
And it's an absolute cracker.
Okay.
The girls are back in town.
Hey, what are you doing out here? Oh, I'm just waiting for Rex's mother. She's going to be here any second.
Honey, we are so sorry.
Oh, do any of you drink soy milk? I was cleaning out the fridge this morning, and Rex is the only one who drinks it. I just bought it on Friday. I'd hate to throw it away. What a waste.
And she'll probably be doing the same with his ashes as well. There's a new neighbour, Betty, of course, who lives next door to Susan, and she's keeping something in the basement. So they're the family with the secret this year.
Ocean's 11, missed it.
Much better than Ocean's 12, which was pants.
Ah, okay.
I like to speak as a fine, but it was absolute rubbish. 2.5 hours out of my life, I never got back. However, Ocean's 11, the remake of the original Rat Pack version, is well worth a look. Take a look.
Brooding in that.
A lot of brooding.
A lot of brooding.
If you can get away with it.
And who do you think you are?
Well, we're in search of Madame Zorhorst tonight. You will have seen the tearful Paxman last week on the first one of Who Do You Think You Are. This is an absolutely cracking show. Tonight it's no different. Fewer tears and hysterics, but nevertheless well worth a butcher's. Sheila Hancock is in search of this young lady in the photograph. Take a look. It's sort of come full circle. It's fantastic how they go through it. And of course, we all can with access to public records and stuff. And she says at the end, you know, what with the communities being what they are today and shifting sands and everybody not really knowing where they're from, it really helps sort of tether her, so to speak. So, well worth a look. I really enjoyed that last night when I tuned in.
Genealogists, those who look into family histories. Did you know?
There's money in that, you know, money.
Genealogists.
Did you read her book?
No, I didn't. No.
It's lovely. A lot of people will have.
You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Have a good day.
Thank you. I prefer a low-slung fashion gene, actually, rather than a genealogist.
Oh, God, let's get the weather, for goodness sake.
GMTV weather, sponsored by Tops Tiles, brightening homes, whatever the weather.
Hello, good morning. Wet and windy weather across Scotland and Northern Ireland today, particularly western areas of Scotland as well as the western part of Northern Ireland. We're seeing some fog this morning. It's going to linger on through the day. Lots of low misty cloud. Further east and south, it's a damp start. Even so, I think it's mostly cloudy, a hint of sunshine, and that rain gradually clearing up. Through the afternoon, though, across western Scotland, as you can see, it's going to remain wet and windy. That rain always thickening, becoming heavier with time, and those fog patches lingering on. Over the Grampians, though, it's going to be lighter on the eastern side, but temperatures wherever you are today, 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Southeast Scotland as well as northeast England, again it's going to be rather cloudy with some patchy rain and drizzle, never really amounting to much. More in the way of heavy rain though to come through the afternoon across Northern Ireland, the Isle of Man, as well as southwest Scotland and northwest England. Fog then lingering on across parts of southwest Scotland as well as Pennine districts. For Lancashire it's a similar scenario, although I think for East Yorkshire it's rather cloudy with spits and spots of rain. Heading further south, as you can see for the Midlands, a rather cloudy afternoon, but the rain clearing up across East Midlands, perhaps breaking up from time to time, giving a hint of sunshine. And this is Wales for the afternoon. Again, it's really northwestern areas of Wales seeing that mist murk and the rain. Further south, it's a rather cloudy day, but even so, mostly dry. For East Anglia, as well as much of the Midlands, it's going to be a cloudy afternoon, and southeast also 10 or even 11 Celsius. Central southern England, similar. Down towards the West Country, I think a hint of sunshine across the south coast here, elsewhere rather cloudy. Channel Islands are mild and also cloudy. For the next few days, that rain shifts its way southwards, bringing some brighter weather into the north. It's going to turn a little bit colder. Here's your summary. For your in-depth local outlook, visit our website, or for a 10-day forecast, call GMTV's Weatherline on 0905 514 0000.
Security tightened after plan to kidnap the Prime Minister's son. Morning, everyone. You're watching GMTV today.
It's almost 8 o'clock. It's Wednesday, the 18th of January, 2006.
So, a plan to kidnap Leo Blair, the Prime Minister's 5-year-old son, was allegedly hatched by extremist sympathisers of the campaigning group Fathers for Justice. Fathers for Justice, by the way, have distanced themselves from the whole thing.
Yeah.
More on that in a moment.
Also this morning, we've got 4 very nervous women with their bags packed, waiting at Heathrow Airport. Earlier on, Jane was guaranteed a place on Inch Lost Down Under 2006, which is in Perth, Western Australia. It was all a bit emotional for her. I wonder how the rest are doing. Jenny?
Now, yes, everyone is very nervous here. Look, 2 tickets left to go. Who's going to be going? Very nervous. We're going to be announcing very shortly.
Okay. Thanks, Jenny.
Right, giving birth, if you have done, you'll know, is hard enough, but imagine doing it alone with just a 999 telephone operator to talk you through.
My baby's coming, I can feel it coming.
Your what, sorry?
My baby's coming.
Your baby's coming. Right, OK, I want you to slow down, tell me your address very quickly and clearly, all right?
Well, we're meeting the mum, because she is now a mum for the 2nd time, and that operator you just heard in about 20 minutes.
OK, but first, back to that kidnap plot of Leo Blair. Richard Gaisford is at Downing Street for us this morning. What actual details do we have of this, Richard?
It's all a little vague, I have to say, Andrew, but it would appear that detectives from Scotland Yard have been looking at certain members of Fathers for Justice, perhaps those on the more extreme side of the organisation. That's when they came across this alleged plot. The headline there on The Sun, very scary, plot to kidnap Leo Blair. It would have been even scarier had it come to fruition. The idea was that they would snatch Leo Blair from his parents, hold him for a certain short period of time to make the point, of course, that there is a lack of justice, as far as they see it, for some fathers who don't get access to their children. Now, the fact that we're discussing this now, no arrests have been made, means it probably didn't go beyond the general conversation stage, the discussion stage around the table. But it is pretty frightening. There is a review of security, we're told, because of this, and it does go completely against the normal activities of Fathers for Justice. We think of them really as these Cape Crusaders, the comic book hero dads who dress up as these superheroes, climb buildings, stop the traffic, generally get as much attention and disrupt things as much as they can, just to highlight their cause. And of course we remember the time that they flew through those purple flower bombs at Tony Blair through the House of Commons as well to make their point. But this very different, and Matt O'Connor, the man behind the organisation, has distanced himself from these particular people and has said they're going to be looking into exactly what has been going on.
I think we have to say very clearly that I think that these people understand their pain, understand their anger. They obviously want to punish Tony Blair by showing them what it's like to be separated from your children, but it's not the way forward, and it's profoundly damaging to our cause.
Well, no official comment this morning, Andrew, from Met Police or from anyone here at Downing Street.
That's normal, isn't it? Richard, thank you very much indeed.
Let's catch up with the rest of the news with Penny.
Thanks very much. Good morning. The other headlines today. The killers of a British backpacker have been sentenced to death. Thousands of Network Rail employees have had their identities stolen. And Jodie Marsh riles a rapper. 2 Thai fishermen have been sentenced to death for the murder of the British backpacker Catherine Horton. The 21-year-old was attacked on a beach in Koh Samui in Thailand. The men admitted raping the psychology student before dumping her body in the sea, where she drowned. Thousands of rail workers' identities have been stolen in a scam by criminal gangs to steal millions of pounds in tax credits. It's reported that 1 in 7 Network Rail staff has been caught up in the fraud. The animal charities Born Free and the RSPCA say they want MPs to ban the use of wild animals in circuses. Rachel Harrison is in Lincolnshire for us. Rachel.
Yes, good morning, Penny. I have a very healthy respect for these animals behind me today. Meet Raj, Sunita and Bengal. These are just 3 of the animals used by the Great British Circus Act. Now, these are the animals that the Foundation are trying to protect. 3 UK circuses at the moment have wild animals, and they say that they are being poorly treated, that they shouldn't be kept in captivity. One of the claims is that they are living in cramped accommodation, that they are exposed to loud levels of noise, and they're also constantly upset by the travelling around. Now, speaking on the programme this morning was Helen Worth. She's supporting the Foundation, and she says she believes the public want the ban to go ahead.
I just think it's demeaning and unnatural for wild animals to be used in this day and age for the entertainment of the public. I think it's also interesting to note that the most popular circus of our time is Cirque du Soleil, which doesn't use wild animals at all.
Now, the circuses who actually are looking after the animals refute any allegations. They say that these animals are well kept, that they can be inspected by vets, environmental health officers and the RSPCA at any time and at any location. They say they wouldn't be doing any of the tricks or the work if they weren't actually happy. And one of the key things they say is that these are 8th generation tigers. This is the only life they've known, and if they were to be released in the wild, they would not be able to survive. Now, it's been a hotly debated issue on the programme this morning. We've had lots of calls from you, and it will be debated in the same way, I'm sure, in the House of Commons as the animal welfare debate gets underway.
Rachel, thanks very much. Jodie Marsh caused chaos at a London film premiere last night, delaying the start of Get Rich or Die Trying, starring rapper 50 Cent, because she was too busy signing autographs. She also announced that she's quitting show business to become a writer. Finally, there's always been something about a Corvette. Ever since Chevy rolled the first one out, they've been the stuff of movies and pop songs. That's what turned a report about a stolen '68 Corvette into a love story. Here's Cordelia Kretschmar.
True love is hard to find unless it drives this fast and looks this cool. Now, because absence makes the heart grow fonder, after 37 years, Roger Poster is smitten with his '68 Corvette all over again. The saga of his stolen vet starts in Manhattan. Poster's muscle car, as he called it, goes missing from a car park garage, now a bank. Just one of 78,000 cars stolen in New York in 1969. And then, last month, on a California dock, a customs officer checks the ID number of an old Corvette bound for Sweden. Bingo! The computer says yes, this car is hot. And the case is turned over to these 2 New York City detectives.
It's like the cold case of auto theft.
A needle in a haystack for sure, but the cops had to try. 3 days and 10,000 files later, they succeeded.
I have no idea why this has come back to me, but it has.
Poster, who's 63, doesn't intend to sell his, but, by the way, a mint '68 vet could fetch a £50,000 fee. Cordelia Kretschmar, GMTV News, New York.
Oh, looks quite nice, doesn't it? A bit like a shark. 6 minutes past 8. That's it from me. Here are Fiona and Andrew.
Thank you. It doesn't go around corners very well, though, the Corvette. Good in a
Really?
straight line.
Really? Well, just don't go round corners then.
Yeah, carry on, straight line.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Penny doesn't care, really. She doesn't... We parking, you don't care who's in front or
As long as
behind.
it's fairly near the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She usually bumps the car in
Don't
front
we
to
stop saying
work out how near
Yeah,
she
she's
is.
a London girl. She's a London girl. They all do it.
It's the only way. What are bumpers for?
Exactly.
Oh, my God, women.
Right, do you know
No
what
idea.
we're doing? We're going to be back in a couple of minutes to find out who's off to Australia for inch loss down under.
Indeed. Only 2 of these 4 women, Jenny's not in that show, yeah, 2 of the 4, will be getting on the plane, and we'll be finding out who in just a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah, that's all after we find out what's happening where you are this morning.
Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News from ITV Granada. First today, the family of a Manchester couple who died in an arson attack on their house will make an appeal for information today. Police are looking into whether a school feud may have been behind the blaze in Brooklands last week. Maureen Cochrane was found dead at the scene. Her husband Alex died later in hospital. Their daughter, 16-year-old Lucy, remains unconscious, unaware that both her parents have died. Detectives are currently questioning 4 people about the fire. A woman whose daughter died in a Cheshire prison is staging a vigil outside its doors today on the 3rd anniversary of her death. Pauline Campbell says she won't rest until she gets an official apology for the way her daughter was treated. Tim Scott reports.
In 2003, 18-year-old Sarah Campbell from Malpass in Cheshire died of a drugs overdose whilst on suicide watch at Style Prison near Wilmslow. An inquest found serious shortcomings in the way she was treated, and her mother Pauline is still waiting for an explanation.
Given that Sarah died in such appalling circumstances, I don't think it's too much to ask that the Home Office issue an unreserved apology and accept liability for Sarah's death.
Today, on the anniversary of Sarah's death, Pauline Campbell will spend the day outside Style Prison, bearing witness to what she claims is a massive failure on the part of public servants, a failure that led to the death of her only child.
On to sport now, and in last night's FA Cup third round replays, Chester lost out on a money-spinning tie against Newcastle after being beaten 1-0 by Cheltenham. Wigan took the lead 3 times against Championship side Leeds before finally closing the game 4-2 on penalties. Well, tonight we'll see non-league Burton Albion bring 10,000 fans to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United, whilst Everton will replay Millwall. With a home tie against Chelsea in the next round at stake, manager David Moyes knows it'll be a difficult game.
We had a tough game against Millwall in the cup down there, and now we have to try and do it again, and it will be hard. We've seen how the FA Cup's gone this year already. We don't want to be one of the shocks. We want to get through into the next round. A cup run would be really important for us.
That's it for now. I'll be back at 5 to 11. Time now for a look at the region's weather.
Damaged in winter. Rescued by Pantene Pro V Winter Rescue. Sponsors of GMTV Weather.
It'll be another cloudy morning with outbreaks of rain and drizzle and fog in many places. It'll stay that way through the afternoon with more rain expected later. Highs of 11 Celsius, 52 Fahrenheit.
Now you can lose weight online with TescoDiets.com.
Do you know, the food on that little trailer thing there looks so much more interesting than the picture of Australia, didn't it? Nice burger, bit of ice cream, nice
What we're trying to
big
get away
fat
from here,
fairy
Fiona.
cake. I know.
What we're trying to get away
I know. And the tension has been unbearable all morning amongst our prospective inch-loss recruits. They're all down at the airport, and half an hour ago, Jenny Falconer revealed that Jane would be the first person to take part in inch-loss down under 2006. That means we have got 4 women waiting to see which 2 of them will be joining Jane in Australia. Now, you voted for your favourite candidates. They're all waiting with their very smart pink bags packed at Heathrow Airport. And Jenny is there to put us, and more importantly, them, out of their misery. Finally, Jenny.
I know, I was reassured. I was told by Jane they were in fact tears of joy. Not like, oh no, I'm going. Are you all right now?
Yeah, I'm all right now. I'm a bit overwhelmed, very excited, a bit nervous for the other ladies as well now. So.
Did you not think that you were going to go?
No, seriously, I didn't. I really didn't think I'd go at all. I think that's why I cried actually, because I was so sort of, I think I was a bit shocked actually, more than anything. And then sort of like, you know, I thought I'd be like, yay, but I was like, I'm such a fool.
Well, it is great. It's good news for you, and it's going to be good news for 2 other people, but this is where it gets cruel, because unfortunately 2 of you will be going home. How are you feeling, Elizabeth?
Oh, very, very nervous.
Yeah?
Truly.
Okay, well, don't worry, there's not long to go now. Vicky?
Extremely emotional and nervous.
Yeah, there's been a couple of tears in Vicky as well already. And Victoria?
Yeah, very nervous.
Yeah.
Good luck to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, and Gwen?
Very, very, very nervous.
Yeah.
Very.
Everyone's gone really quiet suddenly. They're not chatting as much as they did this morning. It's really tough to make the decision, but the voting was done yesterday, so we know who the final 2 are. And it is now time to reveal the second person who's going to be taking this ticket, the second person to go to Perth for inch-loss down under. And that person is Vicky. Here you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Off you go. Go and check in, and we can chat to the others later. How are you all feeling? Yeah.
Very happy for Vicky.
There is only one place left. This is really. I'm nervous for you all. Okay. The final place. The final person that will have this ticket here is going to be going to Perth to join Jane and Vicky for inch-loss down under is Elizabeth. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
I couldn't believe that.
Okay, go and check in, and let me come to you. Let me come in between you both. How are you?
I feel okay now, actually. Well done. Congratulations to the other 3. Fantastic. So well done with. Life just goes on.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I mean, the thing is, we're we're not going to let you just get on the train home, which is what you said.
Right.
We're going to, we've got cars outside waiting to take you away for 3 days, courtesy of Champneys, to a health resort.
Oh!
Okay, you're going to be really looked after and you're going to be pampered. And also when Amanda, our Sal, the nutritionist, comes back from Australia, she's going to come and she's going to make sure everything's all right. She's going to offer you advice and help you out. I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you so much. This experience has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just been some highs and lows for me. Yeah. But I said, life just goes on. Fine. Great. I'll do it. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah?
I'll get back into
You've got to kick We're going to find out if you are doing it,
yes,
okay?
Yes,
We're going to keep an eye on you. Well, let me leave you to it just now, and we'll go over here to the girls who have made it. Come over here, Elizabeth, for a second. Now, right, here we go again. There's tears all the time. Tears of joy.
Yes.
Okay, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm so nervous now. I've got to meet that Matt yet.
I know.
Oh, he's got pussycat.
You have to remember, this isn't going to be a holiday at all.
No.
So this is going to be hard work.
Yes.
So they might have got it easy getting a health spa, but so it's going to be good. Are you looking forward to it?
Absolutely. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for voting. I love you all.
All right, well, we're going to be live every day next week from Perth, from the sunshine, from Western Australia. It's not a holiday, remember that. It's going to be tough on you all. We've got Mad Matt, who is going to put you through your paces, and we've also got Amanda, who's going to be making sure you stick on the straight and narrow with your food and you're eating there. But it is going to be the the opportunity of a lifetime. So we're going to have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
I like Elizabeth. I love you all. She's getting a bit of the Mariah Carey's about her already, isn't she?
I know. It's all emotion here.
It is about more than in the Big Brother house. Good luck to all of them, Jenny, and thanks very much indeed.
Wait until they check in and realise they've got 30 hours in economy on the
in economy, exactly.
Have a nice time. All right, for more information about Inchloss Down Under, our website has it all, gm.tv.
Right, your chance to win £10,000 with Keith. He's out and about and up and down the nation's workplaces.
And across the workplaces, sees everything. And we've got an amazing, hello everybody. And we're going to meet the woman who gave birth alone with just a 999 operator on the end of the phone. Listen to this.
Okay, I want you to stay on the line with me. I'm going to stay right with you until help gets to you, all right? Okay? Just stay on the line with me. What's your name, darling? Amanda Davison. Oh, Amanda? Yes. Right, okay.
Well, coming up shortly, how one couple's relationship was ended all because of a parrot. They can be so difficult. They really
Actually,
can.
it's because of the one partner's infidelity, which the parrot found out about.
Oh, we see. I automatically,
fault.
I think it's the parrot's fault. Blaming it all on the parrot. Be careful if you've got an African grey parrot, honestly. We're going to tell you how you can win £10,000 as well.
Yeah, all this week, Cheggers plays shop with a tour of the nation's offices, and it really, oh look, where, it's a truck named after me.
Yeah, it's a good-looking thing too.
Yeah, that is named after Fiona Phillips. It's the only one in the country, so wherever you go up and down the country, you'll see that truck. And look at this, as a little memorabilia thing, they've
Fiona.
actually... Look, William's done this for you.
Especially for you, Fiona. You're amazing.
Yeah.
So sweet of you, William. You're amazing having done that. Hey, William, I might take a trip up to meet you.
I am. You're mad. You're crazy.
She said she might take a trip up to meet you. You can put that on your bathroom wall. Lovely. OK, this is the workforce there! And it's our talent competition, talented employees. We didn't know what to call it, so we're calling it Truck Idling, and they've been preparing and rehearsing for us. And our first contestant is this lady over here. It's Emma, isn't it?
It is.
I wonder how I knew that, and I don't know, it just came to me. What are you going to do for us this morning?
Going to give you the traffic news.
The traffic news from Emma, away you go.
Thank you. There have been some reports that there are some sheep on the road near Appleby. The A66 is now rammed.
Hey!
There have also been some reports of an overturned truck carrying toffee at junction of the A14 and the A1 near Huntingdon. As you can see, it's a very sticky situation.
Thank you, Emma! And next, what's your name?
Emmy.
And you are?
Jenny.
They're going to dance for us. They've got the CD player ready. Press that button and go. Oh, look at this. Oh, give them a big cheer! The dads at home would like to be kept that going, but no. You've heard of Robson and Jerome, you are?
Lee.
And you are?
Paul.
And what are you going to sing for us?
Oh, pretty baby.
Oh, pretty. Go!
Let's go.
We love you, Checkers, and if it's quite alright, we love you, Checkers. Enough of that! Okay, who is it? Is it 1, 2 or 3? I've actually won it. Okay, time for a competition for you at home. Yeah, you can win £10,000 by 9 o'clock this morning or just after. Okay, what's the question, Nicola?
Which type of factory did Willy Wonka own?
Was it A?
Computer.
B?
Chocolate.
Or C? Shoe. Which type of factory did Willy Wonka own? A? Computer, B? Chocolate, or C? Shoe. The choice is yours. Here come the competition details.
You can dial 09068 100 100, or you can text your full name and address to 81149, or you can enter via the website. Lines close at 9 AM, and we'll tell you who the winner is by the end of the show.
Keith, thank you very much indeed. Goodness knows what their Christmas party is like, but yeah, thanks very much.
And thank you, William, very much indeed. Some people get a rose named after them. I get a truck.
You've not been in the back of a truck before, a cab or anything like
Oh,
that?
I have. I used to hitchhike a lot.
Did
with
you?
with a friend, actually. So, and I wouldn't recommend it. But
Another story.
Another story.
Another story.
Yeah, I'm lucky
How
to
about
be
this
here.
story? Giving birth really is bad enough, from what I know, which is not a lot. But imagine doing all of it alone, OK? That's just what happened to Amanda Overson from Belfast. Here she is. Very good morning to you. The only help that Amanda had was an emergency services operator at the end of a phone line.
Are you feeling the labour pains?
Yes, I've been feeling them all night, but I thought it was back. It was just tongue ache, and then I thought I would have time. But
it's getting worse now. How old are you, Amanda Pip?
26.
26.
Second baby. My partner's away taking my other wee one to his sisters. He shouldn't be too long, but I'm
Right,
bleeding.
okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions, answer them as quickly as you can, and then I'll stay with you, all right? How many weeks pregnant are you, Amanda?
40.
You're full term, are you? Amanda, I need you to check for me, is the baby completely out?
No, I haven't had it.
No, it's you don't. I just have to ask that you can't see it. Can you see any part of the baby, Amanda?
No.
Okay, you can't see or feel any part of the baby?
No.
Oh, dear, oh dear, what a situation. Amanda, her partner Alan, and her daughter Sophie, now 4 weeks old today, are all here, along with the phone operator from the Northern Ireland Ambulance Service, Leona Backus, who talked Amanda through everything, is here. Good Lord, that was a Christmas present and a half, wasn't it? This all came as a bit of a surprise. Where was Alan when you needed him?
He'd taken Lucy. He was on his way to his sister's to take Lucy, because she was going to be minding her while I was in the hospital having the baby.
So you had labour pains, but they were just little,
Yes.
and from your experience you thought...
Yes, with Lucy it was, I did it 24 hours, so I just thought of a bit of pain. It's just very early labour, and I'll have a bath. And I said to Alan, well, when you get back, you know, I thought it'd be about 20 minutes, then we'll head off to the hospital.
Yeah.
But it just very calm, waved him off at the door, and then literally 2 minutes after he left, that was it.
It just came full force, and it was about to happen. So you called 999.
Yes.
And you got hold of Leona here.
Yes.
And Leona, is this a situation that you've been in before?
We've never actually had something quite so dramatic. We normally wait and monitor with mums here in labour, who usually have someone there to assist them. But we established very quickly that Amanda's baby was coming rather fast, and there wasn't going to be anybody there to help her.
And suddenly, complete strangers on the end of a phone line are thrown into... I mean, it can be a life-threatening situation.
It certainly could. The problem Amanda had was Amanda was actually on the loo, and our first...
We don't want... It's a water birth we don't want.
And our first instruction is to get her off, so the important thing, I had to try and get her off because we didn't want lovely Sophie here arriving somewhere rather unsavoury.
Yes, that's right. And now look at the results. Sophie is with us. Was it actually quite straightforward in the end? There were no complications?
It was great. There was, when the ambulance guys turned up, Alan was she was kind of half out. Alan was delivering her, and everything was great. We were in good health, stayed one night in the hospital and
it's amazing, isn't it?
That was us.
This is a home birth with a difference, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And Alan, isn't she brave? Aren't they all brave? Wasn't it a good...
Brilliant day, so it was.
Yeah.
Mandy was a star, as usual.
Lucy,
that was in your head, was it?
I don't know whether you heard a bang there, but Lucy's made of some pretty tough stuff, like the whole family are down there. Need a crash helmet with this, so do be careful. Well, it's a lovely story. I guess you guys will stay in touch now, won't you?
Yes, definitely. We're forever connected.
Yes.
What an experience to share. You know what? If you're going to have a third one, don't let Alan go anywhere. Thanks ever so much for coming.
It's almost a dream birth in a way as well. 11 minutes from start to finish is amazing.
Yes. 11 minutes?
Yes. 11. That's how long it took. Yeah,
It's got to be a world record.
Yeah. Incredible.
Thanks ever so much for coming in this morning, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they're both beautiful, gorgeous. Right, what the parrot saw. Yep, that's an African grey parrot. You can see there. Look at his beady eyes. What's he seen in here? The same species as the one who revealed to its owner that his girlfriend was having an affair. We're meeting the parrot. That's not the one that spilled the beans on the affair.
Pesky creature.
We'll be talking about that after this.
GMTV weather, sponsored by Tops Tiles, brightening homes, whatever the weather.
Hello, good morning. Wet and windy across Scotland and Northern Ireland, particularly central and western areas of Scotland as well as Northern Ireland. The rain then moving across to northwest England, northwestern parts of Wales. Elsewhere, it's a rather cloudy start. You can see it's mostly dry. Spits and spots of rain coming and going where the cloud is thick enough. But through the day, I think the cloud breaking up across one or two favoured spots, such as southern parts of Devon and Cornwall, perhaps even southern parts of Dorset as well and South Wales. Elsewhere, it's going to be wet, very windy indeed. The fog lingering on through the afternoon. Not pleasant conditions for the rush hour. As we head through the evening, you can see that rain slowly moving across to Scotland as well as northwestern areas of England. Elsewhere, remaining cloudy. The next few days as well, it's similar really. That cloud and rain gradually sweeping its way southwards. Brighter, colder conditions coming in from the north. Now it's over to Fiona.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, now, there can maybe few things worse than finding out that your partner is cheating on you, but imagine what it must have been like for Chris Taylor, who discovered his girlfriend, Susie Collins, was being unfaithful when his pet, Ziggy, the African grey parrot, blurted out the other man's name, which was Gary, by the way. In a moment, we'll be talking to parrot expert Trevor Smith and his lovely parrot, Bobby. He's eyeing us all up this morning. I think he's all right with us so far, isn't he?
No, he likes you, yeah, he's okay.
Bless him. He's looking me right. He's amazing. Before we meet Bobby, though, we've put together a little reconstruction of how Ziggy, the parrot at the centre of this affair, ruffled a few feathers.
Hey, Ziggy, you been a good boy? You been a good boy,
Cheated
Ziggy?
Chris only discovered that his beloved pet parrot Ziggy was a Polly Spiller when it kept on blurting out his two-timing girlfriend's lover's name. Chris had owned 8-year-old Ziggy since the African grey was a chick. He was living with girlfriend Susie for a year before he began to realise that there was a prettier boy in her life, changing the pecking order. Whenever Susie's mobile rang, Ziggy would cry out her secret lover's name.
Hello, Gary.
Ziggy was just repeating a phrase he must have heard many times.
Hello.
Seed of doubt was further sown when Ziggy started squawking Chris's rival's name as the couple watched TV.
I love you, Gary.
Gary? I love you, Gary. He said, I love you, Gary.
I love you,
I
Gary.
love you,
After
Gary.
that, Susie confessed, and no longer fitting the bill, both she and the parrot had to go.
I love you, Gary. I love you, Gary.
And Ziggy probably played guitar.
Yeah,
as well. Hey,
leave the puns to Matt. Leave the puns to Matt.
All right, Trevor Smith is here. He is a bird and wildlife expert, and he's accompanied by Bobby, the African grey parrot, who is your lifelong companion, isn't he?
Yeah, I've had him now over 10 years now. This is quite a long time, but you take on a parrot, you take it on for life. You can't just go to a pet shop and buy something. You've got to take care of it for the rest of its life.
Well, and that can often be up to 70 years, can't
The
it?
same as him, 75 to 80 years.
It's worse than getting married, isn't it, really?
So, yeah, it is, definitely, yeah.
And you can't go on holiday with it, really.
You can't take it away, no, but you have to stay with it, and it needs attention, and they want attention all the time.
They nag, don't they, like
that's
a
why
real
they
wife
speak,
and everything.
Yeah, that's right, because they associate you as being one of theirs, so they try and copy what you're saying.
Yeah, and because, as you say, they love the attention.
Yeah.
And, of course, when they learn swear words, they get more attention than if they say something nice. So that's why they're known a lot for learning swear words.
Very true,
as well.
yeah, they do swear. Bobby doesn't swear, though. But,
No, well, I can tell you're not that sort of man,
no.
Trevor.
Oh, thank you.
Although he has let you down a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes, many, many years ago when I was going out with a young lady, my father said, don't you bring any young ladies back here. And he started making the squeaky bed. everybody, when he started, and he said it on cue, it's me, and that was it. And my father said, gotcha.
Only for 2 minutes, though, I tell you.
No, it's longer than that, thank you. It's embarrassing, 2 minutes.
Now, listen, we all talk about parrots and we think, oh, parrots can talk, but actually it is only the African grey that has the ability for the vocabulary that it does, isn't
Not
it?
well, it's the best speaking of the parrots and
Yeah.
the clearest. I mean, there's over 300 species of parrots, and they nearly will all speak, down to your little budgies right up to the big parrots. Even English starlings outside can mimic us as well.
Really?
Yes, the English birds, they can mimic a speech. But the African grey particularly, it's got such a vocabulary, it can pick up sentences and actually put things together. I mean, quite often Bobby will say, you give him something, he'll say thank you. So you haven't got to go to him, thank you, he'll just say thank you. So
And that's more than mimicking, that's intelligence,
that's intelligence.
that's knowing when to say thank you as
Lots
well.
of these birds are very, very intelligent.
But they don't know when to be quiet, right? In the case of Gary and all that.
Bobby knows when to be quiet. Bobby knows when not to talk when he's on television. What sort of things does he say to you?
Oh, he says hello, good morning. The other funny thing is, when I take the dogs out for a walk, I've got a particular whistle. And to wind the dogs up, he makes the whistle. And of course, the dogs are all excited and jumping with no, that was him. Mobile phones, he's terrible. He's perfect for a mobile phone.
Yeah.
So I always think it's him. So it's,
Yeah. Well, listen, it's
Great
lovely
stuff.
to meet him. Lovely to meet you,
Thank you.
Trevor.
Cheers, thank you.
Great stuff.
Can't stop thinking about that.
He can say
squinty
hello and
head.
good morning. He's got a job, he's hard. Here's another gorgeous bird, Lorraine, next time.
LK Today, sponsored by New Dove Cream Oil Bar. Beautiful skin at any age.
Hello there, good morning to you. Coming up on the show today, we have got Max Beasley in the studio with us live. Jono is back with news of the week's music releases, including Lee Ryan's latest bid for the #1 slot. There he is. And yesterday, we saw our Carla being pampered in preparation for the Golden Globes. Today, we'll be catching up with her as she gets, well, down and dirty.
Do you know, it's not easy. That's $4,000 a week to feel exhausted.
Boot camp for the celebs. First though, we need your help. Here on the show, we're looking for Britain's best love stories. So have you and your partner overcome all kinds of obstacles just to be together, where you told perhaps that your relationship would never work, or maybe you met in circumstances where only fate could have intervened? If so, we want to hear from you. All you have to do is send your story to Love Against the Odds, GMTV, PO Box 12789, London SE19EW. Of course, you can log on to gm.tv and open the We Need You page and follow all the instructions. We'd love to hear your stories. Looking forward to that. Now, yesterday, do you remember, we met viewer Kelly Smalley from Bedfordshire. Now, she claimed she's got no style at all, so we put her under the wing of image consultant Pippa Rees. Well, having given Kelly a style and colour analysis, it's now time to put the theory into practice and hit the shops.
Kelly Smalley was in a style wilderness and her wardrobe reflected that. After a style analysis consultation, we found that Kelly was a classic dresser and she has a very light and muted colour palette. So, Kelly, we need to get some key pieces for your wardrobe. Let's go and look for them now. Okay, so Kelly, we're going to find out whether you've got short legs or long legs in relation to your top half of your body. So to do this, we're just going to find where the top of your legs are by bending forward and putting this stick into your natural crease. So if you'd just like to do that for me. That's great. Okay, stand up straight. So where the stick is now is the top of your legs, okay? And if you stand up, we can actually see that your legs are shorter than the top half of your body. So there are some quite specific guidelines we need to stick to ensure that your legs actually look longer. So key things you need to remember are avoiding crop trousers, avoiding turn-ups, and actually lifting your waistband and keeping your jackets short. Right. So we want to keep the horizontal lines higher and lower to make sure that the legs actually look longer. Okay. Great, look at you. Okay, come and have a look in the mirror. So the colour is great. The neckline here, can you see it's got these lovely curved lines?
Yeah.
We've softened it even more with a vest underneath. But even so, this jumper itself is actually very soft and curvaceous. So that's reflecting those natural body lines that you've got around your face.
It's a bit of a shock, because obviously you can now see
We can see your great figure.
we can see my figure, so it's definitely growing on me though.
And then the lovely way the skirt is fitted here and then flares out. It's sort of an A-line, flared skirt at the bottom, which is a fantastically good cut for your body shape. And you can see that asymmetric hem is also good because it's kind of distracting the eye. The eye doesn't know where to go. So we're creating that look of longer legs, which we were looking for. Okay, so here we have the working lady. How do you feel about the colours? The colour of the top underneath as well?
Yeah, because normally I wear sort of a white shirt or something very, very plain, and this colour coming through is really very nice, makes it more interesting.
Can you see how this suit absolutely fits all the rules that we talked about? You've got the short jacket length, you've got these lovely long vertical lines, the detailing on the fabric which are creating length in the legs. And if you take your jacket off, we'll be able to see that you could even wear just the top with the trousers on their own. And you know, again, you can, using accessories, we can make this more of an evening outfit as well.
So there we are, and we'll be revealing Kelly's brand new wardrobe on tomorrow's show. If you want to know, though, the key trends that should be in any fashion-conscious women's wardrobe this season, Mark Hayes is here because it's a funny time of year, isn't it? The sales are just kind of dribbling away. There's a few wee bits and bobs left.
Some of the shops are still in full force, really. Do you know what I mean? And I am, without saying no, I'm getting a bit bored. I am.
Enough with the sales.
I want some new things.
It's the kind of fag end of it, isn't it?
It is completely. So there are some, you know, there's a handful of stores out there that have really kind of started to put this kind of like in-between season, you know, so it's going to carry you through to spring, summer.
So these are wee bits that you could buy now and it'll take you right through
to October, I would say.
Oh, that's good.
So it's worthwhile buying them now.
Sure,
do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Kind of keeping in there. So should we bring out our first look?
Absolutely.
All right, we've got a recce first of all, okay. Now this is, you know, there's loads of different looks here and I've styled them all together, quite young and quite trendy, but just all you need to do is just take elements of this, okay? So we'll start off with the little waistcoat. Waistcoats were all over the catwalk.
Right, so there's going to be a lot of that around?
Quite, yeah. It's so many designers went and did this, and the high street can so easily do it. And this comes in at a great price at $9.99. You can't argue with that, can you?
That's crazy.
So we've got $9.99 from H&M. The other big look is nude colouring, okay?
Oh,
so lots of kind of blush tones, things like that. And we've got this dress here from Topshop. I think this is, it's £100, but God,
that's quite dear for the Topshop, isn't it?
But
that's
beautiful.
It is lovely.
I mean, the detail in that, it's got so many layers. And this kind of, I've been trying to think of a nicer word for it, but you know, quite ratty, quite kind of like a bit kind of, it's got lots of little chewed, yeah. A chewed dress is very big this season.
You can wear that as a frock, or you can do whatever you like.
But we saw Dior do similar things to that on the catwalk, and you can pick it up for £100. It would cost you a lot more than £100, I promise.
It sure would.
Skinny jeans are still about. Sorry, ladies, in case you're gonna. I know the skinny jean is still there from New Look, $34.99. They've got a great range in as well at the moment. And then the shoes. Now, one thing fashion has maybe been a bit kinder this season. The shoe is the wedge. Okay.
Is that still around? Because that was around, but for boots and things, wasn't it?
And people love the wedge. It means that you can wear height. You don't need to worry about falling over and things.
Indeed.
It's good. But these are from Zara. £45 for those. I think they're a really beautiful shoe.
Forget about Zara's shoes, but they do really nice ones, don't they?
And the problem is that a lot of it's the merchandising. It's because it's on the bottom shelf.
You forget.
And I walk past it a lot of the time, and then you look back and go, oh, look at those babies. So we've got a gorgeous little bag from Mango as well at £50 for that. The detail in that's beautiful.
Did you put that on?
No.
Did you not?
No, it's there.
I thought that looked very you.
It is £50 though, so I mean, you're paying for it, but it's a beautiful little bag. Very, very nice. And I got the night off, I didn't need to put anything on anything. Thank you very much.
That's lovely.
Darling.
Thank you.
That's okay, so next up we've got Nesh, our plus size model, okay, and one of the big looks, and this whole kind of monochrome thing is still around, and we're going to see an awful lot of this.
Now, Dottie and putting those two together, I would never have thought about it, but actually looks really good.
It does work, doesn't it? I think
does.
she looks great in this. Okay,
lovely.
The check coat is from Topshop again. Topshop is really up there with bringing in all these new looks. It's $150 for that.
Right.
So again, quite pricey, but the detail in that and the looky-likey from the catwalk is quite phenomenal.
It's beautiful, and you could wear that with black trousers, black top or whatever.
For so long. So it's got a real kind of Louis Vuitton look as far as the shape goes, but very, very Chanel. Okay, with that dog tooth check. The other big print in this season is polka dot. An awful lot of polka dot everywhere. And we've got this shift dress. The shift dress is the dress to have this season.
Yeah.
£60 from Oasis. It's very similar to kind of the Burberry shaped dresses that we went and saw on the catwalk. So
and is
just
that a wee
to
short sleeve dress?
little short sleeve dress, yeah.
Pretty.
There you go. Just flash a bit next.
Oh,
There
it's
we
a
go,
little
sweetheart.
Oh, that's really cute.
It's
That
a
is
really
so pretty.
pretty little dress, isn't it? It looks lovely. I've got to accessorise that with pearls to give it that real kind of Chanel-y look. And then the shoes are beautiful.
Oh, I love them.
Really, really lovely. These are from 9 West at £65
They're
for them.
cracking.
Mary Jane and cutout leather is going to be a big look. So again, they're really good. Now this little bag she's got here, this is from Oasis, £22 for that. Very, very similar to the Jimmy Choo bag. Jimmy Choo do bags, and this is very, very similar to it. And
I really like that. I love the wee kind of polka dot thing. You didn't put that on?
I didn't put that on either. Once again, I had the night off. I could watch all sorts of TV. I could sit there with a cup of tea.
That's really lovely.
Brilliant.
Really
Thank you
like
very
that.
much.
Thank you.
Cheers, love.
So pretty.
I know the next look is very, very young, but as I said, it's this whole kind of like taking elements from it. And the major look was draping. We saw an awful lot of draping. Okay.
It's quite 80s, is
It is. It's got a bit of an 80s vibe, hasn't it? We'll start off with the little top from Miss Selfridge, £25 for that one there. We saw Roland Murray, that's your man who went and did,
Is that a man drumming behind you?
A man drumming. Where
It sounds like somebody's going
What's he doing?
on the drums. I do apologise, I hope you can still hear us. It just made me laugh.
He's going for broke there. Okay.
Just got carried away. Sorry, you were saying drapes.
Now, you know your man Roland Murray, he did the Galaxy dress, yeah?
Sure.
This is one of those big looks for this season, is draping, okay? But Miss Selfridge has done it brilliantly at £25. We've got a skirt from Topshop, £30 for that. Beautiful, it's really lovely that. I think anybody could get away with wearing that, really. We've gone and styled it very young, but I think anybody could. The boots are from Office. Flat boots are going to be around all summer. So wearing it either with shorts or wearing it with skinny jeans, that kind of look. £89.99. So once again, it means you're not falling over or anything.
Indeed.
Also, this scarf that's hanging right down the front, this was the only piece of white broad jonglet I could find, but that is a big look for the season.
And you were saying the cutout whole kind of thing?
Just the whole cut, yeah. So this is £7.99 at H&M. Pick that up now and just put it over your denim jackets. It just kind of shows that, you know what's happening.
You know what it's all about. Oh, that's really good.
There is quite a few. The metallic bag as well from Ravel, that comes in at £20. Metallic accessories are still about, and it's a great way to just kind of add, that little bit of glamour to an outfit. It opens up very funny, doesn't it, Jordan, as well? Look at this. It's very strange. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, nice colour. And then squeeze it. I like that. Excellent. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Take your drums and go.
I will.
Thank you. And I'll tell you what, if you want to take part in an online quiz which will reveal your fashion personality, you can log on to gm.tv just for a bit of fun. Still to come, Max Beasley is with us live in the studio. Before that, though, competition time. Your chance to win £10,000 by the end of the show today. And Keith Chegwin has the question you need to answer.
Which type of factory did Willy Wonka own? A. Computer. B. Chocolate. Or C. Shoe? You can dial 09068 100 100, or you can text your full name and address to 81149, or you can enter via the website. Lines close at 9 AM and we'll tell you who the winner is by the end of the show.
Thank you, Keith. And those lines are open for another 10 minutes or so, and we'll pick a winner by the end of the programme. Coming up on the show, Max Beasley lifts the lid on the naughty world of five-star hotels, and we'll be catching up with our Carla as she trades Beverly Hills for boot camp.
Side stretch down, over the body, good.
Is that meant to be painful?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Hello, welcome back. Still to come this morning, Max Beasley. He's going to be talking about five-star living, and John O'Coleman is here with news of the week's music releases. He's so trendy. Former Blue Boy Lee Ryan and his latest bid for the #1 slot. We'll be talking about that. First though, yesterday our very own Carla Romana mingled with the stars as she prepared for the Golden Globes at the same Beverly Hills spa as the nominees, all very pampered and lovely. But according to Carla, pampering is so last year. In 2006, the stars will be getting down and dirty in California's latest boot camps. Now we sent our very own Glamour Post to try this out.
This is where the stars come to cleanse their spirits and work out their bodies. It's nestled in the hills above Malibu. It looks a bit like paradise. Some would say it's quite the opposite. Welcome to the ashram. Katrina, you own the ashram.
Yes.
What kind of people come through your doors?
All kinds of people. People that want to get away a little bit from the chaos of the world. People that want to lose a little weight. Celebrities that are in between movie shoots that want to fine-tune their bodies and minds and souls. We see everyone.
Okay, so in terms of me, what would my day involve from start to finish?
You would wake up, we would wake you up about 6 o'clock, and we start yoga about 6:15, and you have an hour and a half yoga first, and then you come and have breakfast, and then you go out on a hike.
Okay, everybody, how you feeling today?
Good.
Excellent, excellent. Ready for today's hike?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Awesome. All right, 14 miles today, okay? Lots of up, lots of down. Try to breathe with your steps, all right? Don't walk faster than you're breathing. That's going to help you a lot.
Do you know, it's not easy. It's really not easy. But I think the good thing is that you're meant to feel fantastic at the end of the day. That's $4,000 a week to feel exhausted. Okay, this is a typical lunch at the ashram. No meats allowed here, so it's all organic, soy, vegetables.
And then the classes start. So you would have a bar method class with Jay.
Right.
And you would have a weight class with Mark.
Inside, stretch down, over the body, good.
Is that meant to be painful?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We have a pretty strict privacy code here, but some of the names I can give out, like Oprah, Winfrey, Ashley Judd, Renee Zellweger, Julia Roberts, Queen Latifah, who is doing great
they all
now.
come here.
They all come.
And I want to know, I mean, with all these are sort of triple A-lister actresses.
Yes.
Do they get any special treatment? Do they treat the same as everybody else?
That's why these people that come here know that they don't get special treatment, so they are really down to earth and want to get results, and they know it's not the Four Seasons.
Okay, let's go to Carla live and see if she has survived. Hello, Flower. That actually looked quite grueling. I mean, I know at the end you were getting massage and things, and that was fine, but the rest of it was quite tough.
Lorraine, you have no idea. Really, my thighs are on strike. I can barely move them, and I only did it for one day. Most people do it for an entire week. It starts off, they bang on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they ease you into the day. I put that in inverted commas, with an hour and a half of yoga, spot of breakfast, and then a 6-hour hike. Lovely, and it's just so tough. It is absolutely roasting. It's all uphill, and everybody's going, come on, let's go, you can do it, and you just want to go, oh, no, I can't. There's lots of very emotional people. Bit of lunch, and then there's the exercise class, which after 10 minutes, my face really was the colour of a tomato. And I go to the gym, so I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now, this all goes on till probably about 8 o'clock at night. You're meant to sleep like a baby. No wonder you're probably kind of unconscious at this point. But you know what? It works. People get results. They've got a year waiting list, and people just keep